What is up, guys? Rick is here, going over the Titan exclusive exotic auto rifle, the Fabian Strategy, and why I think it is, frankly, crap. Now, how you acquire the Fabian Strategy is that you have to first off be a Titan. Next, you have to be rank 3 in the Gunsmith. When you achieve rank 3, he's going to give you another Back in the Saddle quest, where you have to get 100 auto rifle kills with a primary telemetry active, and then you have to dismantle 10 rare auto rifles, or you can actually just dismantle 2 legendary auto rifles, and when completing that, you're going to be awarded with the exotic Fabian Strategy. Now, what does the Fabian Strategy offer, and why do I think it's crap? Well, let's start by going over its perks. First off, the Fabian Strategy actually has crowd control passively unlocked. This is actually pretty good. Obviously, having a decent perk like crowd control automatically unlocked, essentially as an extra perk, that's definitely not a downside. Next, we have some more pretty decent perks with life support and small bore. Now, I actually really enjoyed life support on this gun. I actually found there are several scenarios where I was basically like, alright, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna try to kill this acolyte or whatever, but I'm so low health and I'm being attacked from all angles, I'm probably gonna die in this scenario. And then I would kill that enemy, life support would trigger, and I would regenerate a ton of my health, and that would really bring me back into the fight and save my life. So I did enjoy life support. The overall stats of the Fabian Strategy aren't terrible either, having a 40 round magazine which only goes down to 36 when you put on small bore, and having, pretty decent recoil. It's nothing to brag about, but it's not terrible. The range and the damage are also perfectly acceptable. So you're probably wondering, okay, well, why do I think it's crap? Well, we have to examine the exotic perk of the Fabian Strategy, front lines. Now, what this does is that when there's enemies nearby, the Fabian Strategy actually gets increased stability, rate of fire, and handling. The implications of this perk are massive, because this gun, the Fabian Strategy, it doesn't do any less damage than a normal, faster shooting auto rifle like the Abyss Defiant. So with front lines actually granting an increase to rate of fire, that has potential, because that's actually going to increase its DPS and increase its time to kill on the Crucible. Not only that, but it says it has increased stability to compensate for this increase to rate of fire. So again, when reading this perk, when reading the Frontlines perk, it's all benefit. I read this and I thought, wow, this gun has such amazing potential. That is, until I actually used it. You see, the Frontlines perk is so minimal in its effect that you basically can't tell it's working at all. When I unlocked Frontlines, I immediately was expecting, a decent increase of rate of fire, or at least a noticeable one, but frankly, I couldn't notice any increase of rate of fire. And rate of fire is the big one. Rate of fire is what drew me to this perk. That, again, that's going to increase its damage per second. That's going to increase its time to kill. Rate of fire was the key attribute that the Frontlines perk increased that I was interested in. And without further ado, here's the side-by-side comparison. Now, although the clip in the left, which that was the clip that I was actually next to enemies, did reload a smidgen faster, it is so minuscule, as you can see, that the increase to rate of fire must be something like 1%. Now, the fact that rate of fire is barely increased might be excusable if stability was drastically increased. Like, if I was close to enemies, if stability made this gun a laser beam, I could forgive the rate of fire shenanigans. But it doesn't. I really hardly noticed a stability increase. I really had to look for it. I would say that it is there. I found, consistently getting headshots was a little bit easier with enemies in close proximity, but again, it was very, very hard to tell there was really anything going on. And guys, that is why I think the Fabian Strategy is crap. Overall, if you look at it, it actually isn't that bad of a package. This would be a pretty decent legendary auto rifle if you unlocked it with these same perks. But that's exactly the problem. It isn't legendary, it's exotic. And the thing that makes this gun exotic, the thing that makes it so that you're supposed to give up your one and only exotic weapon slot to this gun, does basically nothing. I frankly can't believe that this gun got through testing at Bungie, that someone at Bungie signed off and said, yeah, we'll give this gun an exotic perk that grants a bonus that is so minuscule that no one will be able to tell that it's working. It seems that Bungie was so paranoid of making this gun overpowered in Crucible, and in fact I took this gun into Crucible, it's nowhere near overpowered. In fact, it doesn't even really match up to the extreme standards of PvP. You're much better left with a much more accurate auto rifle than this. But again, Bungie was so paranoid that they took away any chance of this gun being a worthwhile exotic. I really hope that Bungie does give the Fabian Strategy a second look because it's in desperate need of a reason to utilize this exotic weapon. And if you guys want that to happen, please remember to rate and share this video, especially with Bungie, because if you don't, I'm worried that this gun really won't get the attention it needs. Again, overall, it's not a terrible package. A lot of people are going to use this gun and like it. It was effective on PvE. The problem was, again, there's just no reason at all to give up your exotic slot to this gun. It's not overpowered either, so Bungie is just likely to ignore this. But again, you have the power to change that. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you want to see Destiny content similar to this, please remember to hit that subscribe button. If you want to get in touch with me, the best way is on Twitter. That's linked in the description of this video, as is my Twitch channel, which you can follow as well. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, have a good day.